Приветствую всех, друзья. С вами снова Данте. Продолжаем прохождение Хогвартс Легаси. У нас уже по счету 8-я часть. Мы движемся к финалу игры. Собственно говоря, настроечки вам перечислю в очередной раз. Средневысокий по графике, DLSS включен, без RTX, конечно же. И уровень сложности легкая. Такая близкая к сюжетным, но не совсем сюжетная. Собственно говоря, подписывайтесь, лайки ставьте. Поехали. Играем за гриффиндорцев. Комментарии будут по минимуму на ролике, на стриме, поэтому отвечаю в чат, ну и немножко буду комментировать то, что на экране происходит. Стараюсь вам не перебивать диалоги. Так, ну первое, что нас интересует, это посмотреть по заданию. У нас 27 уровень, кстати. Да, каюсь, вне стрима. Немножечко побегал по периферии карты. Я не трогал никакие миссии там касательно задания, вернее, касательно сюжета. Просто бегал, открывал территории. И я, кстати, столкнулся с тем, что на вот этот участок карты пока пройти нельзя. Видимо, это сюжетно ограничено пока что. Ну, будем посмотреть в любом случае. Тут я, в принципе, все почти подзачистил. Кроме совсем уж таких вот заданий, типа как испытания Мерлина, которые, не знаю, дадут ли столько профита, чтобы на них так время тратить. Без понятия абсолютно. Так, нас задание интересует. Давайте пойдем так, снизу. Эта обнова, кстати, вчера вышла для Хогвартс Легаси. Там в патчноуте написано, что борьба за производительность ведется не на жизнь, а на смерть. Но, честно говоря, я пока не особо разницы заметил. Так и приходится компенсировать настройками графики, просадки. Хогвартс, Коксмит, некоторые другие локации очень жестко лагают моментами. Игра употребляет оперативной памяти в 2 раза больше, чем, в принципе, ей нужно, наверное, не знаю почему. Ну, просто всю виртуалку схавала. Че, я тут еще не открывал, да? Я здесь не смогу открыть. Это, конечно, прикольно. Со сменой сезона появляются новые детали на локациях.
Adelaide Oaks, isn't it? I received your owl.
Yes, I'm Adelaide Oaks. Oh dear. You see, my uncle Roland is a metal trader who's quite well known in the goblin community. He normally sends me owls every week when he's on his business travels. In his last owl, he alluded to dealings with those radical goblins, Ranrock's loyalists. It's been ages since that owl and I'm worried. What with the troll attack on Hogsmeade and the rumours that goblins may have been involved, well, I'm fearing the worst. Should I be worried about my uncle, or am I overthinking this?
Привет, Асан, отвечу на твой вопрос сразу. Как считаешь, на какой платформе ПК или PS5 удобнее всего играть в такие игры? Смотри, она делалась под консоли, это потом ее портировали на ПК, из-за этого, собственно говоря, проблемы с производительностью. Поэтому, конечно же, на консолях, на пятой плойке, я смотрел пару роликов, она выглядит великолепно. Она играется там в разных, там то 4К 60 FPS можно выбрать, то сверхпроизводительная на Full HD. Короче, там тоже есть масса вариантов, и это ничего практически не лагает, там играется очень плавно. Поэтому я думаю, что вот именно такого рода для ПК лучше всего стратегии и шутер от первого лица. А вот такие вот сюжетно ориентированные приключения с большим миром, это все для консолей. Тем более, что там даже если в игре надо стрелять, к примеру, то автоаим все помогает. Да, допустим, не очень комфортно что-либо обыгрывать именно с DualShock, с джойстиком. Но опять же, современные игры, к примеру, такие вот сюжетно ориентированные, все равно лучше проходятся на плойке, я думаю, или Xbox. Так, понимаю твое волнение.
I think you're right to be concerned, Adelaide. Your uncle may be in trouble.
You're much more understanding than Professor Weasley. She heard I was going to look for him and forbade me from leaving the grounds. She's convinced he can handle himself, but I can't concentrate on anything until I know he's all right. Could you try to find out for me? From what I hear, you're almost as adventurous as Uncle Roland.
Has your uncle traded with many goblins?
Yes, for ages. Even speaks gobbledygook. But he only recently mentioned Ranrock's lot, insisting the galleons were worth the risk. He does it for me. Between robes and supplies, attending Hogwarts costs a fair sickle. And besides that, Uncle Roland has expensive taste. He's sacrificed so much for me over the years. I promised him that as soon as I finish Hogwarts, I shall be the one taking care of him.
I take it you and your uncle are close.
We are. My mother died when I was born, and I lost my father when I was 5. Uncle Roland's looked after me for as long as I can remember. He knows I get anxious when he travels, and that's why he sends me all the owls, to let me know that he's all right.
I'll try and look into it for you, Adelaide.
Thank you. He's very thorough in his record keeping, notes all his trades in a journal, makes maps. In fact, in his last owl, he drew me a map of his next stop. He planned to set up camp north of here. I do hope you're able to find out where he is. Thank you again for any help you can provide. Oh, Uncle Roland, what have you got yourself into?
Уже не говоря о том, что для, к примеру, PS выходят офигительные эксклюзивы. И потом только они добираются до ПК. Это вообще огромнейший плюс. Из минусов, пожалуй, даже не стоимость самой консоли. Если консоль с ее мощностью сопоставить с ПК, то там не такая уж и большая разница на самом деле будет. А вот игры стоят дороговато. И пиратство они, если уж так, по-хорошему. Ну что, полетели дядюшку выручать этого замечательного.
I hope Adelaide's Uncle Roland is all right. She seems very worried. Adelaide mentioned her uncle's camp may be near Prompt, past the river.
Еще мы немножко заблуждаемся, думая, что вот у нас в СНГ и в России очень популярна ПК-гейминг. Если брать Европу, Америку, там консоли намного популярнее. И именно под этих потребителей делаются в основном игры. И делаются они в основном для консолей в первую очередь. Потом порты делают. Зачастую выходят сразу на всех платформах, но при этом, понятное дело, что основной упор именно на консольные варианты. Так, а я тут уже вроде был. Куда мы вообще прилетели? Да, я тут был. Ладно, давай повнимательнее посмотрим.
Revelio.
Да, помню это место. Вот почему в прошлый раз здесь врагов не было. Потому что они здесь спавнятся.
This be Mr. Oakes' campsite. Ranrock's loyalists, just ahead. Should I take them by foot?
Сейчас я их возьму.
Another shoe.
Да, пупсик.
Arresto momentum. Was that your best?
Ух ты.
I don't think you feel that one.
Stupid one.
A miss.
Accio.
Stop it.
Arresto momentum. Now to find out what happened here. Ranrock has fooled you all. To your demise.
Жесткий парк.
Revelio.
Нам надо расследовать, да?
Mr. Oakes' trade journal.
Залежи металла. Ну, это какую-то пещеру придется лезть, я так понимаю, как всегда.
Adelaide said that her uncle kept notes of his trades, maps. Perhaps these landmarks will lead me to him.
Это по речке надо вниз идти, и слева будет какой-то замок. Я понял. Видите, на карте не отмечается. Ищи сам. Наконец-то челлендж. Так, а что за речка-то? Где-то вот здесь вот будет, наверное. Вот, вижу. Да-да-да, вот это вот место, скорее всего. Ну, пойдем. Еще хулиган.
Accio. Depulso.
Let's get this over with, shall we?
Accio. Arresto momentum. Accio. Your poaching days are over.
Так, это... О, это мульва.
A rock formation. That's the first landmark on this map.
Смотрим.
Now to find the crooked tree.
Это такое.
Accio. Confringo. Revelio.
А, это восстанавливать надо. Окей.
Reparo.
Прикольно. Это сюда, а это туда.
A crooked tree, just as the map said.
Да, нам налево.
Crumbling tower shouldn't be far from here.
Вон он.
My mother used to always say, a clear head makes way for a clear...
Petrificus totalis. Revelio.
Нам надо искать. Нам надо искать журнал, наверное, листочки, которые должны валяться. Или дальше идти.
Revelio.
Ну вот это оно. Значит, я что-то упускаю.
Revelio.
Ничего даже не подсвечивается. Используйте карту Румба, чтобы идти по его следу. Должна быть какая-то разрушенная башня. Тут не оно. Это же не оно. Здесь вроде нет такого. Может, выше? Исходя от такой ситуации, сверху, как говорится, виднее. А что если все-таки вот так? Ладно, посмотрим.
And the crumbling tower. The spot on the map should be directly south of here.
Угу. Я по адресу. Туда нам надо. Мы сюда пришли уже. Зажигать надо, я помню.
Confringo. Revelio.
О, так это еще на время надо делать. Офигеть. Я знаю, что нужно сделать.
Confringo, arresto momentum. Revelio. Confringo. Arresto momentum.
Еще.
Revelio.
Ну, топай-то быстрее, ну. Вижу.
Confringo, arresto momentum. Revelio. What do we have here?
Сейчас вам поздно. Судя по всему, я его уже пересекал разок.
I may have more luck higher up in the keep. A ladder. That's what I need. Revelio.
Это там вся коробка. Тут можно было, наверное, выше собраться, да?
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Ну, давай, поднимайся. О. А ее нельзя утаскивать, это скрипт. Она по скрипту возвращается назад. А, тут, наверное, можно было потиху, по стелсу пройти. Ладно, не так уж и важно. Привет, Никитос. Здорово.
This is the spot on the map. I'd best have my wits about me.
Я видел, ты писал в ВК насчет колды. Ну, может, максимум вечером после стрима по генералам покатаем. Я не могу сказать.
Glad I was never locked up here. What will we find in here?
Проблем найдем тут на задницу. Вот что-нибудь найдем.
Revelio.
When the war is over, goblins will rule. It's punishment to us all to have that miserable human around.
Ладно, давайте.
I won't rest. Why can't I hit you?
Accio. It looks as though Adelaide's instincts were spot on. You've one less follower, Ranrock.
Здесь дверь открыла.
Better than that by now. We've all told you before, and look what happens when you don't listen.
Aloha, Mora.
Most goblins in my family worked in the mines at one time or other.
Petrificus totalis.
Ну. Это, кстати, здорово, что реализовано, что ты не падаешь с некоторых уступов с первого раза, во всяком случае. Это прям капитально вручает, чтобы где-нибудь не свалиться. А, я этих там слышу.
If only I could get my hands where it's worthless. This prisoner owes us the metal we were promised. That's the student who uses strength.
One less humour to worry about.
Stop, Ransom, and utterly pitiful.
I will make you pay.
You think you're so
I won't rest until you.
Insane potato.
Why to burn this out longer than necessary?
Play with that.
Arresto momentum.
You won't get away with that.
Accio.
I shall avenge your death.
Куда ты собрался?
Too late for you to learn the error of your ways.
Так, а нам надо будет вниз, да? Окей.
A boiler door. How to open it?
Паровая. Загадки придется решать касательно пара. Окей. Чай не первый раз.
Revelio.
Listen, after being locked away, you can count on that.
Petrificus totalis. Revelio. Revelio.
Низкоуровневый шмот означает, что я сюда должен был идти по сюжету гораздо раньше.
Revelio.
Ничего, в принципе, все продадим.
What's down there?
Who's there? Frank, what?
Protego! Arrest the momentum.
You can't stop us.
Accio!
Snap that one and sneak.
Arrest the momentum. Accio! Protego! Accio! Your blood's on Ranrock's hands. Revelio.
Come to an agreement if you'll just set me free.
Выпусти. Офигеть. Гоблин, тут настоящая пыточная, кажется, была.
Hello? Mr. Oakes?
Yes, I'm here. They've taken my wand. This cell has an enchanted lock. I have experience with these locks, but I need my wand if I have any chance of opening it. Look for a boiler door. I've heard them speak of it.
I need to find Mr. Oakes' wand. Where could it be?
Паровая, значит, да?
Confringo!
Как ее открыть? Всего-навсего, ну.
Confringo!
Это ловко придумано.
Incendio! Protego! Stupid! Stupid! Confringo!
I will make you pay.
Flipendo!
That was meant for me.
Arresto momentum!
О, эти еще живые. Вот. А ну, стреляй.
Arresto momentum. Revelio. You only have Ranrock to blame. This must be Mr. Oakes' wand. Perhaps now he can set himself free. Revelio.
My wand. I can't get out of this damn cell without it. It's my last hope. Please. My wand. Oh, thank Merlin. Thank you.
Давай.
You did it! I found my wand and... Wait, you're a student? Oh, we must get you to safety immediately. It's dangerous.
It's all right, Mr. Oakes. I've dealt with these goblins before.
Dear Merlin, you're either very lucky or very talented. Well, how did you find me?
I'm a friend of Adelaide's. She was worried about your business with Ranrock's loyalists.
Oh, she was right to be. I couldn't go through with the agreement, and when I told them, I ended up blindfolded and behind bars. Been locked in that infernal cell for so long, they'd forgot I was even there. I overheard things. If only I could reward you for what you've done. Blasted goblin stole every canut on me. All I can say is thank you, truly.
You mentioned you overheard things.
Sad tale, really. I think I know where Ranrock's unfortunate vendetta against wizardkind began. Although dragon breeding was outlawed by the Warlocks Convention of 1709, Ranrock stumbled upon an illegal dragon camp. He was young, found the creatures fascinating. He'd visit the camp in secret whenever he could, never making his presence known. After weeks of sly surveillance, he finally summoned the courage to speak to the wizard in charge. Ranrock wanted to join them, and the creatures. The wizard happened to drop his wand. Ranrock saw an opportunity. He picked it up, went to hand it back as a means of introducing himself. The sight of a goblin with a wand sent the wizard into an instant rage. He beat Ranrock nearly to death. Ever since, Ranrock has despised wizardkind, sees us all as cruel.
Am I right that you speak gobbledygook?
Unbeknownst to Ranrock's fiends, I do. I've always had an affinity for goblin culture. Knew I wanted to be a metal trader ever since I was a lad. It wasn't easy learning the language. It's complex, and my memory's as weak as my knees these days. But after decades working with fine goblin folk, I grew fairly proficient. At least, I'd like to think so.
I'm grateful I was able to help you, Mr. Oakes. Adelaide thinks the world of you.
Oh, and I her. She's become quite savvy to my trading habits, always analyzing my detailed owls. Oh, if only I hadn't resorted to trading with such fiends. A lesson I shan't soon forget. Having my wand back is like being reunited with an old friend. I must return home and inform Adelaide of my safety. Will you be all right?
I'll be fine, Mr. Oakes. You get back to Adelaide. I assure you, her worries outweigh yours.
Oh, I'm anxious to see my dear niece. And then I plan to travel far from here for my next round of trading. Thank you. May life reward you justly for your deeds. Be well, my friend.
Mr. Oakes was lucky. Ranrock's lot would never have freed him.
Будете с Диком в ручей комнате. Мне интересно. Да нельзя улететь. Это сначала выбраться.
When you have a moment, please come and talk to Deke.
Лучше себя нету. О, кстати. Усиливающие. Зелье максимум. Рудус. О, этих зелий я сколько угодно могу варить. Угу. У нас новые шмоточки появились. Давайте посмотрим. Правда, ничего из этого не увеличивает стат. Ну, вот кроме этой маски, пожалуй. Ну, капец. Ну, что это такое? Что за садомаза? Это 64 самый большой. Роскошная шляпа с паутиной. Угу. $59. Фитно. Прикольно. Так, шикарно. Дальше нас интересует. Где что есть? А, вот, нашел.
Spare a moment. Deke has an idea to share with you.
Сейчас надо бы кормушку тут ставить. А все остальное фигня, по-моему, полнейшее. Не, ну как же без башни стаза, ребят? Я считаю, нельзя тут без башни обойтись никак. Это вся фигня. Это тоже. Я призвать. Ну все, вы же можете сами хавать. Ну, все, они сами хавают. Окей. Ладно. Пойдем в Дику.
Deacon would like to speak with you when you have a moment.
Hello, Deke. You wanted to talk to me?
Indeed. Deacon thought you might want to learn how to build a breeding pen so that you can breed beasts.
That sounds like a very good idea.
Rescuing and breeding beasts go hand in hand. Young beasts are particularly vulnerable to poachers. Breeding beasts here in the room will allow us to keep the younger ones safe.
I see. What do I need to do?
First, bring a pair of beasts to the room. One male, one female. Deacon suggests rescuing thestrals, as they're at great risk from poachers. Noble creatures, but their relationship with death gives them a bad reputation. They're prized by poachers for their tail hairs.
I've seen thestrals before, but where would I find a pair of them nearby?
Deacon has seen some wild thestrals not too far from the Hogwarts grounds. Then you'll need to purchase a spellcraft for the pen from Tomes and Scrolls and gather the materials it requires. Once you've rescued the thestrals and you have the spellcraft, you come and find Deacon.
Опять ты мне всякую гринделку навязываешь, проклятый эльф. Ладно, ладно. Почему сюда именно? Спасите самца Фестрала. О, самка у меня есть. Мне осталось только самца спасти. Отлично. Ладно, пойдем.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
See if there's something you need. Thank you for your patronage. That's been a pleasure.
Надо спасать.
Revelio.
Я не туда иду. Кто нам нужен? Самца. портал. О.
Accio. No need to be difficult. I mean you no harm.
Куда ты побежал? Промазал. Еще раз промазал. Ладно. Надо как-то поближе, наверное, подобраться, прежде чем начать. Все самки остались, походу. Ну, куда делся?
Revelio.
Да, это будет непросто.
Revelio. Accio. Do cooperate, won't you?
Да, после такого стресса, чем я хуже браконьеров. Ужас какой. Так, нам Хоксмит надо, да?
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade? Revelio.
Вроде одни высокоуровневые замки остались.
Lumos.
Я так, кстати, и не смог найти это место.
Revelio.
Hello there, come on in. Plenty to look at here.
Так, рецепт для загона, для разведения.
Now I can conjure a breeding pen in the room. Best get back to Deke with the thestrals.
Средний стенд для зелеварения. Для горшков с 5 маленькими горшками. Это все это фигня.
Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help.
I've rescued the Thestrals and bought the spellcraft for the pen.
Excellent. Now, to breed your Thestrals, simply release them into the same vivarium in which you conjure the pen. Then use the pen to start the process. Come and see Deek when you're finished.
I shall. I wonder where I should conjure their pen.
На русской озвучки нет, за такие деньги могли сделать. Ну я так тебе скажу, Сань, весь смысл, ну то есть я почему больше люблю играть с оригинальной озвучкой, потому что акцент, там персонажи, многие связанные именно с Англией, с Великобританией, такие моменты, они могут быть понятны и переданы только через оригинальную озвучку. Но я тебе так скажу, локализация переводов этого, субтитров на высочайшем уровне. Действительно, все очень близко к книге. Так, прежде чем туда идти, нам надо Истрала другого забрать. Я только забыл, где он. У меня тут только самец. А где самка? Нет, по-моему, не здесь. Нет, по-моему, в другом. Я слышал, что вроде какая-то у нас релиз-группа хочет перевести игру на русский язык. Red Hat Sound, кажется. Они уже даже для этого деньги собирают. Так. Как тебя забрать-то? Переместить в инвентарь. Все, теперь у меня их двое. Да что так лагает-то? Так, что-то у меня только что открылось, я уже потерял где. Во, нашел. Так, первое, что нам нужно сделать, это выпустить их, да? Такой музон сразу. Капец. Ладно. Будем кормушку делать. Ну. Используйте загон для разведения, чтобы заставить фестралов спариваться. Офигеть. Серьезно, заставить? Ладно. И все так просто. Полчаса надо теперь ждать. Господи. Неужели это все было так обязательно по сюжету? Ладно, у нас есть полчаса. Гарри Поттера появились тамагочи. Ну тут вот, к сожалению, связанные с выручай комнатой все вот эти активности, они... Ну, они вроде не лишние, но... Если бы это все было не обязательно по сюжету, было бы кайф. А так, ну, тупо время теряешь на этом, на все. И ресурсы приходятся. Гринделка, короче, это чисто гринделка. Так, ладно, пойдем тогда пока что-нибудь другое сделаем. Все равно полчаса игрового времени ждать придется. Они там пошпехаются, разведутся или как. Ну, неважно, короче. Так, отчет о драконе. Поговорить с Поппи. С Поппи, значит, поговорить. Форма тоже есть? Ну, в смысле, форма чего? Я тебя умоляю, тут столько шмоток можно одевать. Кроме того, что ты сам типа собираешь, можно еще и сеты всякие, которые будут отображаться. При тех статах, которые дают обычные шмотки, которые он носит, можно просто всякую белиберду на него навешать. Ну типа вот, просто чтобы ты понимал, к примеру. По статам у меня маска на нем висит, но она не отображается. Я так специально сделал. Ну тут хоть, пожалуйста, хоть... Где это? Где моя любимая? А что, пропало, что ли? Где? Где мое забрало? Эй. Неужели я его продал? Короче, шлем рыцарский, который всю голову закрывает. Такая жесть просто. А, это... Я не туда смотрел, ребят. Вот. Вот так. Как тебе такое, Гарри Поттер? Просто парень с повышенным лобным бронированием. Уже какой же позор. Вот это все абсолютно не нужно, я считаю. Ферма, овощи, фрукты там. Ну, типа зельеварение, конечно, есть. Лол, ты спрашиваешь. Вон у меня ткацкий станок. Здесь я могу, типа... Туда. Тут я могу там бадьян сажать, если семена есть, которые тоже надо покупать или гриндить. Это мы уже проходили. Это что у нас, я забыл. Это вообще непонятно что. Вот. Зелье сварилось само по себе. Допустим, фокусирующее зелье. Варится минуту, пока я своими делами занят. Эх. Это, конечно, все грустно. Поговорить с Поппи. А куда нам, чтобы поговорить с Поппи, нужно двигать? В бане и голове. Оксмит. Шлем, доспехи. Ну там вообще можно такое на него налепить. Ну я вам так скажу, ребятки. Это все дико интересно, конечно. Но то, что уже модеры делают с этой игрой, это просто великолепно. Может, кто видел ролик, где портреты двигающиеся в этом в школе в Хогвартсе заменили на аниме или гачи-мучи. Короче, там, ну капец. Так что модеры еще удивят. Где вместо метлы у персонажа Шрек, он его использует для полетов. Короче, нас впереди ждет масса веселых модов еще на эту игру.
Revelio.
Еще здесь есть. А это? Нет, третий уровень.
Mine now, Demi guys.
Где ты? Внутри, да? А мне нужен уровень вскрытия замков 2.
Over here.
This is a change of pace from our last outing.
Don't remind me. The thought of that tent still makes my blood boil. I've been thinking about those poor dragons in the fighting ring. The collars they were wearing, they appeared to be goblin silver. I think a collar is precisely what we found at that poacher camp. I've never known poachers to use anything like that before.
The dragon that attacked my carriage was wearing a collar. and Professor Fig was genuinely baffled by its behavior.
That attack always did strike me as a little strange, seemingly coming out of nowhere. Surely you aren't suggesting that the collars somehow control the poor creatures?
Exactly.
Merlin, I don't think the dragon we set free was wearing a collar, but we should check. And if we can find her, we can return her egg.
That's a good idea. We need to see this through.
I'll start looking into it right away. There was something else that I wanted to discuss with you. I didn't want to press it before. It seems I may have caused you more trouble with Victor Rookwood. Why is he after you?
Rookwood is working with Ranrock, and Ranrock is after something I found at Gringotts. Fig had a portkey that led us there after the dragon attack. It's a bit of a long story, and Fig had asked that I not speak of it yet.
Goodness. Well, that certainly helps to shed light on what we saw at the tent. Don't worry, I'll guard your secret as if it were my own. I shan't press for more details. In fact, I should probably be going. I'd like to track that dragon down as soon as I can. I'll let you know when I have news of her location.
Тут аж 3 или 2 побочных квеста. Не, ребят, давайте не сегодня. Это все немножко отвлекает нас от выполнения основных задач. Так. Говорите с Натей рядом с классом прорицаний. О, кстати, для изучения заклинания у меня оба задания готовы. Отлично.
What are you up to now?
So frustrating. You wanted to speak with me, Mother?
I had hoped to speak with you alone, Natsai.
Your message mentioned your concern about an unusual creature that was spotted in the woods near Hogsmeade. That could have been anything.
You know what it was, Natsai.
I am allowed to leave the castle. I am always careful, Mother.
Careful? Officer Singer disagrees. She sent me an owl telling me that you have been trying to collect evidence of some kind against dark wizards. She berated me for not keeping a closer eye on you, and she is right. I do not want you visiting Hogsmeade for the near future.
But Mother!
My little gazelle, you are well-intentioned, but you must not meddle in the affairs of dangerous people.
If someone had meddled in Matabeleland, Father would still be with us.
I must get to class. Perhaps your friend can get you to listen to reason.
So frustrating. She never listens to me.
She called you her little gazelle. Is that a term of endearment where you're from?
It is specific to me. I am the unusual creature in Hogsmeade she mentioned. Self-transfiguration is not taught at Hogwarts, so I am gently discouraged from practicing it. However, I am an animagus, and it is in my gazelle form that I have been able to wander the Highlands rather freely until now, much to my mother's chagrin. That is how I managed to spy on Rookwood and Harlow.
Were you born an animagus, or did you learn to become one?
Animagi are not born. The process is quite elaborate. It involves holding a mandrake leaf in one's mouth for an entire month, then placing the leaf in a crystal phial so that it is imbued with moonlight, then adding one of your own hairs. And that is just the beginning. Self-transfiguration is common among students at Ouagadougou, but Professor Weasley considers it much too dangerous to teach at Hogwarts.
Can you choose what form your animagus will take?
Oh no. A person's animagus form is determined by their personality. My mother is convinced that my form is a gazelle because I adapt well to any situation. I believe it is because I can sense danger and keep my wits about me.
How does it feel to transform into an animal?
Well, the first time it can be a bit unnerving. I felt a kind of searing pain and a strong double heartbeat. But it gets easier the more you do it. I no longer feel any pain, and I must say, I find a sense of comfort in the double heartbeat. And I love being able to view the world from a different perspective.
Now the nickname makes sense. What an extraordinary ability to have.
It is. I love transforming, but Mother is less enthusiastic about it. She says that no creature, especially one as rare as a gazelle, should be bounding about where poaching has become so prevalent. She claims that she has foreseen tragedy befall me in my gazelle form. But she has used her sight to control me too many times. I no longer believe it.
She's concerned for your safety. It may be best for you to stay away from Hogsmeade for now.
That may be safe, but I do not believe that it would be best. Do you? You could have fled the moment you discovered that Rookwood, Harlow, and Ranrock were after you, but you did not. I choose to act as you have. I must deal with Rookwood and Harlow, not hide from them.
Не впутывай меня в эти
My
проблемы
mother
свои.
cannot know where I am all the time. Thank you for being here during that rather awkward conversation.
Так, ну меня рядом с тобой не арестовали, уже хорошо. Что там дальше? Опасное открытие. Поговорить с Себастьяном в крипте. Пойдем. Скорее всего, опять будет меня учить каким-то заклинаниям.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
I will have you know that.
Чалка.
You'll never believe
What did you discover in the spellbook we found in the scriptorium?
Salazar Slytherin's spellbook was a little difficult to interpret, but fascinating. Evidently, he encouraged teaching dark magic at Hogwarts. Neither the Imperious Curse nor the Killing Curse was unforgivable during his time. He believed students should be prepared to use dark magic when necessary, not to fear it. That's why we had to use Crucio to gain access to the scriptorium. He didn't want his knowledge shared with anyone who was afraid of the power of dark magic.
I know we had to do it to open the scriptorium, but it's not something I'd want to repeat.
And I'm glad we did it, because in the spellbook I also found something else. References to a lost relic, which, from what I can tell, grants the holder the power to reverse dark magic curses.
And you think this relic might be able to save Anne?
Precisely. I plan to search for this relic, but I don't think we should tell anyone. Especially Ominous. He wouldn't understand.
We need to tell him. He's the reason we found the book, and he deserves to know what you've learned.
You've seen how he frets about the dark arts. I promise I'll tell him when I found the relic. When I know more, I shall send an owl. And don't feel sorry for Ominous. Keeping this to ourselves for now is for his own good.
I'll decide what's for my own good.
Ominous, we were just about to get some air. Care to join?
You're a liar, Sebastian. I heard everything. You swore you'd never engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
No, I didn't. I said I understood you wanting that. I'd never swear to give up on finding a cure for Anne.
You don't know when to stop, do you?
I know when not to stop. Leave this alone, Ominous. I'll be on my way.
Мне этот слепой вообще не нравился, но сейчас он, по-моему, более адекватный.
Ominous, Sebastian meant well.
I appreciate you telling Sebastian not to keep this from me, but going after that relic is not a good idea. Sebastian doesn't even realize it, but he's as irresponsible and reckless now as his parents were years ago. It's why they died.
I knew his parents died, but I never heard what happened.
Mr. and Mrs. Sallow were professors. Spent nearly every waking moment in the cellar library. Noses buried in books. Anne and Sebastian were upstairs when it happened. They heard a sudden crash and ran downstairs, but it was too late. Their parents had crumpled to the floor. A defect with the lamp in the cellar caused the room to fill with an undetectable toxin. Sebastian and Anne were helpless. They had no magic yet.
What a horrible story.
It is. That's why I can't understand Sebastian's recklessness. I've practically lost Anne. I cannot lose Sebastian too. Please avoid anything to do with that spellbook.
Some references Sebastian mentioned in the book do worry me.
I'm glad you understand.
Ну, серьезно, он
Sebastian
намного
pursues
адекватнее.
this no further. But if you think he might, please let me know. It would mean a lot.
Чувак, как гриффиндорец, я с тобой полностью согласен. Так. Ну-то, идем дальше.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Settle down, settle down. Transfiguration, as you may be weary of hearing me say, is an exact science that can take a lifetime to master. But we needn't be daunted. Almost anything can be transformed if you can just perceive the potential within it. As I see in all of you, tremendous witches and wizards, every one of you. Or it could just be my eyesight. Now, you all know what to do. Beautifully done.
You wanted to discuss my progress so far this term, Professor.
I did. You seem to have had no trouble in getting up to speed, and frankly, excelling in your schoolwork this year.
Thank you, Professor. The extra assignments have been helpful.
As I suspected they would be. Now, it seems you've been making good use of the opportunities presented by your field guide. Of course, the guide isn't the only measure of success. Deek tells me you captured a unicorn and brought it back to the Room of Requirement. Protecting so rare a beast is an accomplishment of which you can be quite proud.
Thank you, Professor.
I will say I'm especially impressed with all you've accomplished in light of the rumors of your extracurricular activities. Was your visit to the kitchens and the Hogsmeade graveyard with Nick to bribe a ghost for information, connected in any way to Professor Fig?
Вот они вечно суют свой нос в чужие дела. Нет, это я не доверяю. Фиг сказал, никому не говорить.
Not at all. I'm fascinated by ghosts and food, and I was interested in learning more about the castle and the surrounding area.
I see. I admire your penchant for learning, but do remember that your classwork and field guide are designed to educate you thoroughly. It'll be the end of the year in no time, and you'll want to be well prepared for your OWLs. I'll provide a final assessment at that time to ensure that you're ready for your exams. Until then, well done. You are dismissed.
Интересно. Для чего я его изучил-то? У меня, короче, последнее осталось заклинание из тех, которые... Конечно, кулдаун...
Since our visit to Feldcroft, something dawned on me about the triptych. Meet me at the Overlook, just north of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll explain.
My plan with the helmet failed, but I have another idea. I think we may be able to find what we need at a goblin mine south of Hogwarts. Meet me there. Bring someone who speaks goblin.
There's so much we don't know about beasts. So much to learn.
Excellent work today. Class dismissed.
Ugh. Can't say I'm terribly fond of all the dung in this class.
I take it you're ready to...
I completed your assignment, Professor. I'm ready to learn Bombarda now.
Good. Now, this spell comes with a caveat. It should only be used when necessary. The exploding charm, as you might suspect, can hurt people. Use caution when casting it.
I will, Professor.
I will hold you to that promise. Now, you must be precise in your wand movements. We don't want you blowing your hand off. Go ahead. Nice and steady wand movements. Remember, the exploding charm is highly volatile. Well done. Now, let us put it into practice, shall we? Go ahead and try it on the pumpkins.
Бомбарда. Чем от конфринга отличается, не совсем понятно, ну да ладно. А, что тут тыквы, да?
Bombarda. Excellent wand work. Cast the spell just like that every time. Assured and in control.
Все. Все четенько.
Excellent. You have it well in hand.
Так.
Lumos.
Так, это где-то выше. Надо где-то вверху искать. Нет, там вроде телескоп поменьше был. Вот здесь вроде. Во, нашел.
Hello there. Hello, Amit. Do I recall you saying that you speak gobbledygook?
I did. I mean, I do. Speak it. Is this to do with the goblin I saw you with in Hogsmeade?
It is. His name is Lodgok. We could use your help with something. He's waiting for me near a goblin mine. Would you be willing to help?
Of course. How exciting. I mean, well, might this be dangerous?
I think he simply wants to show me something that involves gobbledygook. If it helps, he's a friend of Sirona's.
Good to hear. Good to hear. If Sirona trusts him, then I feel much better.
You said you know gobbledygook, but how well?
I've been reading it for as long as I've been reading English. My parents have an extensive library. Once I grew bored with the classics, I devoured goblin writings. I'd tell you some titles, but you wouldn't understand them.
Have you ever spoken directly to a goblin?
Unbelievably, no. I'm so looking forward to it. Actually conversing in gobbledygook with a native speaker. Cannot wait to confirm subtle bits of pronunciation and tone that may have eluded me, being self-taught and all.
Lodgok is waiting. Shall we go?
Of course. I just want to check the pronunciation of a couple of key terms first. So I will meet you there.
Revelio.
Ладно. Встретить Себастьяна у шахты Бальведер.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Not sure how I'd fare in a little place like this.
Anne is getting worse. If there is any chance that the relic from Slytherin's spellbook can help her, I must find it. I'm requesting your help. Meet me outside of Feldcroft, near the catacomb.
I came as soon as I could.
I'd been so distracted by the scriptorium and Slytherin's book that I'd almost forgotten what it was that struck me about that triptych. This is the view painted on the canvas that was left on it.
That's incredible. You know this area well.
And while I was waiting for you, I scouted around and discovered an abandoned mine nearby, surrounded by Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think there's a connection to the triptych?
I've no idea, but perhaps they're searching it, the way they did Rookwood Castle and Isidora's Manor. How do we want to handle this?
Нападем на них, конечно.
We need to see what they're doing. I say we take them head on. Let's bury some enemies.
Very well.
And I still have that rune symbol we found on the triptych. If there is a connection, I suspect we'll see that symbol again.
I have some promising news about the location of our Hebridean dragon.
Revelio.
Turner, you know what? Meet me at the town service.
There they are up ahead. I'll let you lead.
Ja, мы ворвемся.
No one enters this mine. Kill anyone who tries.
Бомбарды, да?
Accio. Arresto the Revelio.
This is going well.
We make a good team.
We do at that.
Once again, we could fight our way through or be discreet.
You know which one I'd choose?
Валим их просто всех.
Perhaps we can find an alternate route up ahead.
Короче, их можно обойти.
Sneaking around has its appeal.
Не, чуть-чуть. Оу.
Why have you not run away? It takes a time.
Bombard.
Won't get away with
Accio. Stupid. Defender. Confringo. Accio.
I shall avenge your death. You won't get away with that.
На, по лицу тебе.
And the fun is over.
Fun is a relative term.
It is.
Он
And
там
that was
сам убился,
relatively
да?
fun.
Revelio.
Тебя что интересует? Короче, можно было там пробраться без боя. Так же неинтересно.
Revelio. This mine looks like a tomb.
It was closed after accidents were reported. Now I see why.
О, Мальва нашла здесь.
Revelio.
Прикольно.
Bombarder. Confringo. I don't see any goblins in these webs.
Too disgusting for even a spider to prey on.
best months, I fear.
Stupid. Bombarda.
You are found in the
Protego.
I shall avenge your death.
Accio.
How many Ranrock's loyalists are in here?
Too many. They definitely think there's something here they want. Revelio.
Это аж внизу есть, офигеть. Даже два. О. Придется немножко отвлечься.
Confringo.
That ledge is awfully high. Any ideas?
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Arresto Momentum. It's no wonder spiders give people goosebumps.
Could be the hairy legs, or the soulless eyes, or the venomous fangs, or any number of endearing qualities, really.
Revelio. Smashing.
Should have thought to conjure stairs.
Надо будет мост восстанавливать.
Reparo. Confringo. Bombarda. Defender. Potato. Stupid. Confringo.
We've rid the world of another spider. I shall sleep better tonight. We're making quick work of them.
Professor Hecat would be proud.
She would at that. Ranrock's loyalist, all but
Ай!
declared
Зараза.
Lumos. Lumos.
Confringo. Bombarda. Lumos.
Lumos. close.
Revelio. Accio.
We've still not seen a single rune symbol.
I think we're going to be a bit distracted from runes for a moment.
An unwelcome distraction at that.
We have another fight on our hands.
Why am I not surprised?
Protego!
I will make you.
Фокус при увеличении урона от заклинаний. Воу!
We certainly cleared the room.
You're not a bad chap for a Slytherin.
You Gryffindors don't have a monopoly of bravery, you know.
Revelio.
Не попадешь просто так. Окей.
Confringo.
Wasn't expecting that. Now, we can have a look around in peace.
Не достает.
Revelio.
Он открыл, да? Угу.
Confringo. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
We should clear out these spider webs. What do you have there?
A journal entry by Isadora.
Hopefully it will help us unravel more of this mystery.
Revelio. Sebastian, I think I found something. A canvas piece.
Brilliant. Our efforts weren't in vain after all. Still, something about this place feels odd.
triptych led us here to find this bit of canvas, we can probably assume that Isadora Morganach was here.
She seems to have been everywhere.
But if she was using the Undercroft, and the cellar beneath her manor in Feldcroft, why would she create this space?
And why hide it behind cryptic rune symbols? And ancient magic that no one but you could see?
Isadora and Percival Rackham, another of the keepers, could see traces of ancient magic too.
Rackham? I haven't heard his name before.
Here are some of the memories I've seen. I don't think he and Isadora saw eye to eye on how this magic should be used.
This is all rather baffling. Let's take the canvas back to the triptych. Perhaps the answers are there. This place is odd, to be sure, but I'm fascinated by it. Now, for the trek back out of here and to Hogwarts.
Unless we can find another passageway to the Undercroft. Let's have a look around.
And now for the moment of truth.
It has to fit. Please tell me you recognize the location in this bit of canvas.
The good news is I do, in fact.
And the bad news?
We're in for more trouble. I know that coast. Ranrock has taken over a huge mine in the surrounding area. Morinweem has suffered for it. It's as bad as Feldcroft's become. Should we head there now?
We should wait.
Why?
All this time, we've been a step behind Ranrock. I may know someone who could help us get ahead.
Who is that?
A friendly goblin. He wants no part in Ranrock's fight.
A friendly goblin? You know goblins cursed my sister to shut her up. Said she should be seen and not heard.
I do, but not all goblins
Not all goblins what? Have you forgotten Feldcroft? Have you forgotten the mine we just went through?
No, Sebastian, I haven't. You're not listening to me.
Why would I listen to someone so ignorant?
Perhaps your uncle was right about you. You don't know when to stop.
Oh, I do know when to stop. Unbelievable.
Шаг до микрофона докопался. Иди, дурачок. Ладно, у нас доступно. При успешном уклонении от неблокируемых атак заполняется индикатор древней магии. Теперь осталось эти два, и будет нормально. Встретиться с Себастьяном рядом с катакомбами. Ладно, пойдем посмотрим, что у нас там в плане размножения.
I should let Deke know about the newborn Thestral. Hello, Deak. You'll be pleased to know that a little Thestral was born.
How wonderful to have more Thestrals in our world. Such misunderstood beasts.
I'm sorry that we can both see Thestrals, Deak.
Deak is privileged to see such majestic beasts, but sometimes wishes Deak couldn't. Deak is to blame.
What do you mean, to blame?
Years ago, Deak's master ordered Deak to help him capture a phoenix, the rarest of all beasts, that master had spotted high on a cliff. The phoenix was the most beautiful beast Deak had ever seen. Deak begged master to leave her be. When Deak hesitated to climb up the cliff as ordered, Deak had to punish himself. As Deak punished himself, master grew angrier and angrier, and in his frustration cast at the regal bird. Deak suspects the phoenix was protecting eggs when it swooped down in fear and fury. Before Deak could reach him, master fell from the cliff. Deak stayed on that cliffside for days, punishing himself, before Tobbs found him.
Вот как его хозяин.
What a horrible tale, Deak. I'm so sorry.
Deak has only told Professor Weasley that story, and now yourself. Deak often wonders what became of that phoenix. Deak feels fortunate to be at Hogwarts now, helping you rescue beasts. Perhaps Deak can make amends for what came before.
А этих я, наверное, так и не соберу. Сколько у меня их вообще есть? 6. Нужно еще 3. Где 2, я знаю, находится. Где 3 искать, понятия не имею. Ну, ладно.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
It's not like her to forget.
I didn't keep you waiting, did I?
Not at all. I was just at the post office. Gran told me to expect a package, but it looks as if she forgot to send it. She didn't send me an owl this week either. Perhaps she's busy with her research.
What was she sending you?
Only some feed she's been developing. I was going to give it to Professor Howen for the measles.
What kind of research is she doing?
It varies from week to week, but it's always to do with creatures. Last week she was studying leg knots in plimpies.
What did you find out about the dragon you were tracking?
I realised that she didn't know the poachers had her egg, so when she left Horntail Hall, she would have headed straight to her nest. I went back to the tent and tracked her flight.
How do you track a dragon long after she's gone?
Tree canopies, burn marks, things like that.
Well done. You certainly know what you're doing.
I can't be certain, but I have an idea of one place she may have been heading. I thought we might go and see it for ourselves.
Of course. Shall we leave now?
If that's all right. I want to see how she's faring if she had a collar on. And she's likely frantic about her egg. Here we are. I do think this is where we'll find her. The terrain's typical of where the breed would nest. I suspect it's how the poachers found her to begin with. They likely camped here and logged her patterns. Perhaps nabbed her first and then her egg. Dragons are hard enough to wrangle, let alone maternal ones.
You got all of that from simply standing here?
You'd be surprised how easy it is to think like a poacher. Shall we see if she's home? We only need to return her egg.
You're making this sound simple, but this is a dragon after all.
Hebrideans can be aggressive, but they're also clever. She caught on quickly enough when you showed her how to escape the tent. She'll understand why we're here once she sees her egg. Then we can be finished with the poachers once and for all.
If you're right about finding her here, how do we go about returning the egg?
Her nest will likely be in the heart of her den, which she will be keeping guard over. It might also be more charred than anywhere else, I imagine.
Well then, let's find our dragon and return her egg.
Wonderful. If she sees us flying about, she might take it as a sign of aggression or food. We should stay on foot. Oh, and one more thing. Let's not agitate her. Goodness knows she's been through enough already. I'm ready when you are. What I wouldn't give to be a demiguise right now. There she is, above us. She did make it home safely. Oh, good. It looks as if she wasn't collared like the other dragons. Must be worried sick, wondering what happened to her egg.
For what it's worth, she doesn't seem to have spotted us yet.
Let's hope it stays that way. At least until we've done what we came to do.
How charming. They keep in touch with each other. There she is again.
She's breathtaking.
From a distance.
Fantastic. I wonder how good her eyesight is.
I beg your pardon?
I don't imagine the poachers fed her well, and from a distance, we probably look exactly like sheep to her. Hebrideans love sheep.
How lucky for us. Watch your step. Revelio.
Pity. She must have been starved to pick off a grabhorn.
Or just raring for a fight.
Quiet, what was that?
Двигайтесь мимо самки дракона, чтобы дойти ближе к звуку. Я понял.
Wait here. I'll run ahead.
Whenever you're ready, I'll follow your lead.
I'll draw her attention. Follow when it's safe.
Watch out, it's her domain. She'll make it. Keep at it. We've just got to make it to the nest.
Oh, she isn't making it easy.
A little too warm, if you ask me. I don't suppose she listened to reason.
I'd normally try, but we're well past that. Get to that opening below. If we can get to that, we can get to the nest.
Brilliant.
There's the nest. We're almost there. Why is every bridge here broken?
Reparo.
Now, if we just return her egg, we can hopefully make it out without too much fuss.
Так мне кажется.
That was brilliant! And did you see how clever? She left us perfectly unharmed.
Creatures are a lot cleverer than most people realize.
That's what Gran always says. The important thing is that we survived it, and we returned her egg. Thank you for doing this with me. Wouldn't blame you one bit if you wanted to head back to the castle and never think about dragons again.
Shall we head back? I'm ready if you are.
I am. After our dragon rescue at Hauntel Hall, I half expect to be ambushed by poachers any time I'm not in the castle.
Understandable. We did sabotage their fighting ring and steal a dragon egg from them.
True. So why haven't they come after us? It's not like them to let things lie. Unless...
Unless what?
Unless they haven't let things lie. Oh no, I can't believe I didn't see it. We need to leave. I need to send an owl. How could I have been so blind?
Wonder who lives here.
Распадаться.
Enjoy suffering, do you?
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you as well. How can I help you?
What do you have for sale?
What are we in the market for today? Have I mentioned you're welcome to stop by any time?
Why am I always on patrol? It's a waste of my skills.
You're like a glum bumblebee. I'm fate.
Гоблины с пауками тоже конфликтуют, казалось бы.
Mysterious and a bit unsettling.
You're here. Good.
Sebastian, that relic you mentioned.
Don't think I've forgotten about your goblin friend. I haven't. But I needed to tell you what I've learned. I believe one of Slytherin's students stumbled upon the relic during an assignment to study sarcophagi in this catacomb. From what I read in a report by the student, they weren't permitted to take it with them, so I must assume it's still here. As I mentioned earlier, this relic grants its holder the power to reverse dark magic curses. If it's in this catacomb, I have to find it. For Anne. I need to see her.
I'd be interested to know what else the student discovered.
Have a look. Unfortunately, there's no name on it, but I suspect if it was important enough for Slytherin to stash in his spellbook, it's worthy of further study.
I'm ready to explore the catacomb. Perhaps we can visit Anne when we've finished.
Perfect. By the way, Ominous has been asking about you. You didn't tell him what we were doing, did you?
I didn't. I promise.
Good. Ominous would be livid if he knew what we were about to do.
По земле казалось куда полезнее, чем можно было ожидать. Узнавать о своих предках очень занимательно, однако мне довелось наткнуться на весьма любопытную вещицу. Большим залом есть одно заброшенное место. Там среди раскуроченных саркофагов лежала странная реликвия. Сила, которой она обладает, поразила. Мне хотелось бы узнать о ней больше, но, увы, оттуда ничего нельзя выносить.
I'll be interested to compare what lies inside to what I've read about this catacomb. I'm sure that foul smell is the scent of success. Try not to... just yet.
Revelio. Confringo. At least now we know we're not alone in here.
Perhaps that was it. And the rest of the tomb will be insects.
Revelio. Yeah, spiders aren't insects.
Don't start.
Confringo. Accio.
We're here for a reason. I'd say opening them all is justified.
Accio.
This room is taller than it looks.
Confringo. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Arresto Momentum. Revelio.
Finding a chest in an inconspicuous loft. Brilliant.
Incendio. Confringo.
We've rid the world of another spider.
Confringo.
That's tonight.
Accio.
По идее, нам туда.
Now this is the sort of great room I want to be buried in.
Surrounded by grandeur.
Grandeur and then some.
Accio.
Bones. Lovely.
Bones outside a sarcophagus. Seems odd. There's something here by the altar.
What did you find?
Accio. Capolso.
С костями надо будет делать.
Did you hear that?
Accio. We're in the tomb. I assume eerie sounds come with the territory. Looks like part of a student's diary. It mentions plans to return for the relic and conjuring barricades using bones.
Of course. The student's summary referenced a space beyond the Great Room, which means this can't be a dead end. Let's divide and conquer. You work on sorting out the bone barricades, I'll look around and see what we missed. Hold on to that diary entry. There may be more to it.
It does mention something else. It says their next assignment was learning the Imperious Curse.
Really? Interesting. We need to focus on moving beyond this room. But let me think for a moment.
Do you think the pages were left here on purpose?
Slytherin mentioned a student who excelled in charms and always carried a satchel stuffed full of notes. They might have been left on purpose, or the student may have simply dropped them.
Of course. I'll start to search for those barricades.
Brilliant. There's more to this than even I imagined. Look, bones stacked oddly on either side of this archway.
Leave no stone unturned. Or in this case, no bone.
Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Accio! Wingardium Leviosa!
You've done it! I knew we'd get through. I felt it in my bones.
Nice.
Before we trudge on further, I
Revelio.
just realized something. The student's diary mentions the Imperious Curse. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to need it here. It's an unforgivable, but useful when you're outnumbered. Places the victim completely under the caster's control. So, if you'd like to learn Imperio, I can teach you.
Where did you learn the Imperious Curse?
I taught myself. Don't tell Ominous that I've told you. It's not exactly something I can brag about, but it may come in handy. I think you ought to know it.
Shouldn't I know more about what the curse entails?
Remember the blasting curse? Same idea, except when it comes to unforgivable curses, your intention has to be clear. You have to mean it.
I don't think learning the Imperious Curse is a good idea.
Really? But we've no idea what may lie ahead. But I shan't press you. I'll have your back no matter what we face in there. Here we go. Something troubling ahead. Be on your guard.
Revelio!
Confringo!
Confringo! Revelio! Confringo! Revelio!
Кот-то завалило.
Accio!
Another barricade. Considering how well I did on the last one, this should be a cinch.
How gracious of you.
I tried.
Не понял. Ладно, сейчас секундочку, вернемся к этому вопросу еще.
Revelio! Confringo! Incendio! Incendio! Confringo! Defendo! Protego! Confringo! Bombarda! Confringo! Incendio! Confringo! Protego! Confringo!
Never knew spiders could make such a mess. Bit dramatic, isn't it? Confringo! Accio! Depulso! Accio! Confringo! Incendio!
This catacomb has suffered decay, just as the student summary described.
I doubt anyone's been here in quite some time. Arresto momentum. Accio. Arresto momentum. Accio. Arresto momentum. Accio. Arresto momentum.
Не работает это заклинание? Ровно, да? Это. И вот это.
This looks different.
That worked. Keep going. Revelio.
Я понял.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Пусть надо будет собирать. Так. Где есть-то? О, вижу. Это. И вот это. Угу.
Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
You are head and shoulders above these bones. Nicely done. I see why Slytherin's student was so entranced with this place.
Revelio. Confringo. Incendio. Protego. Stupefy. Defender. For a moment there, I thought that'd never end.
Dead end. Lovely. All that for
Revelio. Hold on. Don't give up yet.
Accio.
Sebastian, the relic. Look.
Could it be?
Revelio. The note and rendition of the relic. It matches. This must be where the student left the relic.
I can't believe it. After all this, it lines up. We've really found it.
What do you suppose is meant by the dark sacrifice required to realize the relic's potential?
I have no idea, but we're here for the relic.
The note advises to leave the relic alone.
I assure you, we were meant to find this. For Anne's sake, I'm taking it. Let's get to Feldcroft. I must keep this relic secret, especially from my uncle. Is that ominous? Ominous. The sounds we kept hearing. It was you.
You gave me no choice. I had to follow you. Sebastian, please, leave the relic alone. We can find another way to help Anne.
I'm sorry, Ominous, but I'm taking it.
No, you're not. If you won't put it back, then I will.
Hold on, both of you. Sebastian, please, take a step back.
Fine. But Ominous knows I won't step back from a fight.
Can't believe this.
How much did you hear?
Everything. I was glad to hear you tell Sebastian to leave the relic. We need to stand together. Convince Sebastian this is wrong.
And if nothing will change his mind?
Something has to. I need your help.
You're right. This seems far riskier than Sebastian realizes.
Good. We're agreed. We don't allow him to leave here with the relic.
I do think we should talk to him, but I fear we won't stop him from taking the relic.
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting we negotiate. We allow Sebastian to leave with the relic under one condition. After this, no more.
I feel that's what we agreed to in the scriptorium. I'm being taken for a fool.
You're not, Ominous. This may be the only way to keep your friendship intact. Let's trust him to know what's best.
Fine. If I trust him on this, I'm trusting you too. The dark arts seem harmless until it's too late. Go then. Leave with the relic. I'll not say a word more. I hope I don't regret this.
Дурацкий план на самом деле.
Sebastian, we're ready.
What is it? I haven't changed my mind.
Ominous has. Let's go.
What? Ominous?
I'll explain on the way. Come on.
Уже забыл, откуда пришел.
Well, what happened back there?
Ominous and I found a compromise.
Ominous simply needs a moment with you and he'll change his mind. Is that it?
I told him we ought to give you this chance, that the relic is too important to ignore.
There has to be more to it than that. Tell me.
We agreed on what was needed, Sebastian. You have my word.
I never wanted to keep all this from Ominous. He just doesn't understand. And I didn't want to worry him all over again. As we were leaving, Ominous wouldn't even acknowledge me. That's not like him.
He was troubled, Sebastian. Even though we agreed to it all, it's been a lot to take in.
I thought he understood. He knew we couldn't give up. All of this is too important. For Anne.
Загорелась. Не к добру.
When we get to Feldcroft, I'd rather Anne not know what had to be done to get this relic. She thinks like ominous, but it only upset her. Oh no, this isn't good.
What is it?
Smoke, over there, by the hamlet. Feldcroft's in trouble. They're under attack.
Let's hurry. Revelio.
I've been fighting since before you were
That was unexpected.
Keep out of Storm's reach!
Stupid! Confringo!
Got it!
Keep out of Sean's reach! Leviosa!
Boy! What have you done?
Saved my sister.
With an unforgivable curse. From that damned book, no doubt. Your father would be ashamed. You've gone too far, Sebastian. Stay away from her. From all of us.
What did my uncle expect me to do? The Imperious curse saved Anne's life. That goblin was going to kill her.
There was little time to react, but it was an unforgivable curse.
I acted in the moment. That's all. I shall make my uncle see reason. He cannot banish me from my own home. From my sister.
It might be best to let him calm down a while. May I speak to him? Perhaps I can help to ease the tension a bit.
You may be right. Very well. Probably best if I get away from here for a while. I'll head back to Hogwarts. Reparo. Revelio.
Хочу уровень второй замка.
was he thinking?
Pardon me, Mr. Sallow.
What Sebastian did was inexcusable. You cannot possibly be about to defend him.
Sebastian acted rashly, but he acted out of instinct to save Anne.
Out of instinct? With an unforgivable curse? This family does not resort to using dark magic even against our enemies. What Sebastian did cannot be undone. That you are defending Sebastian's behavior at all tells me everything I need to know. You are as guilty as he is. Sebastian is to come nowhere near Feldcroft, nowhere near Anne. Unforgivable curses are so named for a reason. If I hear that either of you continues down this path, if either of you uses dark magic, I will notify the headmaster immediately. Why, Sebastian?
Так, ну последнее, что я сегодня хотел сделать, это вызов браконьеров на дом. Ладно, вот это сделаем напоследок, а остальное уже на следующий стрим. Что я не понял.
Seems a pleasant enough little place.
Oh, good, you're safe.
There you are. You were in such a state when you left.
The poachers got to my gran. Someone recognized me in Horntail Hall and they got to her.
What do you mean? Is she all right?
She's fine, thank goodness. But they were at her house, our house. They assumed I'd sent the egg there. She said they took the whole place apart looking for it, screaming that we'd cost them everything.
I'm sorry, Poppy. I'm glad she's all right. I don't think either one of us could have anticipated that.
I should have known. I underestimated the poachers. And now another creature's in danger.
What do you mean?
The poachers refused to leave empty-handed, so they took valuable journals that Gran had discovered when she was researching rare creatures. One of them contained theories about a secret hiding place of the Snidget, long thought to be extinct.
Exactly what kind of creature is a Snidget?
It's a small bird with golden feathers. It's incredible. It has rotational wings that allow it to dart quickly in any direction. In fact, the golden snitch in Quidditch is based on the Snidget, which barbarically was actually used in the sport hundreds of years ago.
Why would Snidgets be valuable to poachers?
They could make more money with Snidgets than they ever would have fighting dragons. The golden Snidget's feathers and eyes are incredibly valuable. That's why they're believed to be extinct. They were hunted out of existence by wizard kind. If the poachers found some now, I can't bear to think about the horrific way they'd be bred and killed for profit.
Where exactly are these Snidgets allegedly hidden?
Gran says the journals were a bit cryptic, which is good. Perhaps the poachers won't be clever enough to find the birds. From what she recalls, the journals only noted that the key to finding them lay in the moonlight. Gran thinks it can be narrowed down to a handful of locations.
I take it you aren't going to let the poachers anywhere near the Snidgets.
Gran wants me to stay out of it, but I know she's devastated that poachers might go after the Snidgets, if they still exist. We had the element of surprise on our side when we saved that dragon, but the poachers will be watching for us now.
We need allies. Others who hate the poachers enough to help us, who value creatures as much
Merlin's beard! You're a genius! The centaurs! They'd want the Snidgets protected at all costs.
Sounds as if we need to go and talk to the centaurs.
We'll need to be careful in how we approach them. Tensions with them are high. Still, I think they may be our only hope. Let me think on it. I'll let you know as soon as I have a plan.
Непреодолимое расстояние.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Did you speak with my uncle?
I wish I had better news about your uncle and Anne.
Well, what did he say?
I'm afraid he wants you nowhere near Feldcroft. Nor Anne.
I had to stop that goblin from killing my sister. He had no right to banish me from my own twin. If he thinks banishing me means I'm going to give up on Anne, he's sorely mistaken.
He also said he cannot excuse the use of dark magic in any form, and that if he hears of either of us using it, he'll go straight to Professor Black.
Huh? That relic, dark magic or not, is the key to saving Anne. To reverse that curse. I will not lose Anne for good. I should send the crest to Anne. She'll know that we need to meet.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Nothing, just a thought. Now I'm more determined than ever to learn what power that relic has.
What did you mean you'd send Anne a crest so that she'd know to meet you?
We just lost our parents, and we were packing up to go and live with Solomon. We couldn't take everything. She was carefully organizing her prized possessions, a box of artifacts she'd collected to do with our family. Jewelry, cards, old photographs. She got to her favorite, a handmade crest, and without a second thought she handed it to me. This will keep you safe, she said. It holds no enchantment, but I've kept it with me since. That's how I can reach Anne. I'll get the crest to her with plans to meet.
Be careful, Sebastian. Your uncle could intercept it. We'll be expelled.
Even if Ominous is upset with us, he has no love lost for his family. He'd use their connections to the headmaster if we needed his help.
I shall wait to hear from you then.
Thank you. I very much appreciate you standing by me through all of this. I'll send you an owl when I have news.
Ну что? Да, хороший прогресс на сегодня. В принципе, следующий стрим, наверное, будет уже последний. По сюжету, я имею в виду, если его закончим. Насколько я понимаю. Ну а так, пока все. Ну что, кто в записи смотрит, лайки ставьте, друзья. Хогвартс Легаси, 8-й выпуск. Подходим к концу. Завтра, наверное, продолжим.